Saudi Aramco has said that it sold more crude and refined products in the first quarter than in the same period last year, despite shipping disruption through the Strait of Hormuz since late February. Now, recall that January and February are part of Q1, and so they're only counting, they're counting that and then they're counting March. So the numbers are a little bit, yeah, okay. The company did not disclose volumes, but said higher sales combined with firmer crude and product prices lifted revenue to $115 billion from $108 billion a year earlier. Adjusted profit rose by 26% year on year to $33.6 billion, exceeding the $31.16 billion median of analysts' forecasts. The increased revenues came despite the U.S.-Iran war, causing severe disruption to Mideast Gulf oil flows through the Strait of Hormuz during the final month of the quarter. The effective closure of the waterway has forced Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Iraq, Kuwait, Qatar, and Bahrain to reduce exports of crude and products since the start of March, weighing on crude output. Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, and to a large extent Iraq have shut in the largest volumes of crude production relative to total output, reflecting their near total dependence on the strait to export oil. Saudi Arabia and the UAE have also shut in significant volumes, but to a lesser extent as a share of total production, because both have pipelines that allow some exports to bypass the strait. The 7 million barrel a day east-west pipeline, which runs from the, I don't know how to say this, Abqaiq oil processing complex in eastern Saudi Arabia to the Yanbu port on the Red Sea, has reached its maximum capacity, Aramco chief executive Amin Nasser said. Now, recall, though, that even though it's 7 million barrels a day that can pass through the pipeline, I believe it's something only like 4 million that can be exported out of Yanbu per day. So you get a little bit of a backup there. Our east-west pipeline has proven itself to be a critical supply artery, helping to mitigate the impact of an energy shock and providing relief to customers affected by shipping constraints in the Strait of Hormuz, Nasser said. Aramco did not disclose its oil and gas production for the quarter. Argus estimated that Saudi crude output, including its share of production from the Saudi-Kuwaiti neutral zone, at 7 million barrels a day in March, down from 10.88 million barrels per day in February and 10.08 million barrels a day in January. This puts average Saudi crude output for the quarter at 9.32 million barrels a day, down from 10.03 million barrels a day in the previous quarter, but up from 8.93 million barrels per day in the first quarter of 2025. The Saudi oil giant sold its crude at an average of $76.9 a barrel, $76.9 a barrel in the first quarter of 2026, marginally higher than the $76.3 a barrel in the same 3-month period in 2025. Aramco's board declared a base dividend of $21.9 billion for the first quarter, up by 3.5% from the corresponding period in 2025. That dividend will be paid in the second quarter.